No, don't do that.
Of course it did, right?
I'm trying to go on YouTube on my phone just to see the video, and I clicked Discord instead.
Ah. Oops.
Yeah, and now my phone is on the face. See?
And
Trying to
everything
make a
screwed up
call.
again.
Alright, 1 second. Okay. So, go ahead and start talking about what you were saying that happened not yesterday, but last week.
Okay. So anybody else want to chime in?
Well, the only thing is I regret not catching the thing.
Huh?
Well,
Away.
well, he was saying, what do you want? What do you want to say anything about? What all did we do last week?
Yeah.
Well, the question is, did I have any of my potions left?
That's
Well, probably not. Because okay, last week we found a kobold staked out to be in the middle of nowhere to be left for dead. And we, quote unquote, saved him. He was supposed to have been the leader of the kobolds, which I really doubt. But he's
Well,
just
in his
making
own
himself
mind,
up
I'm
to
sure
be.
he is. If you know
In his
what I
own,
mean.
yeah. So we got his name was Needles or Needle. Needle Rabbit Killer, I believe it was.
Needle the Rabbit Killer Knife Hands.
A knife, yeah, knife hand. You're right, because he was supposed to be the brother of their current leader.
Obsidian.
I'm trying to do this from memory. Yeah, Obsidian.
Oh, okay, you're doing it from memory. Alright,
Yeah.
go.
Well, I'm trying to do it from memory. I just found my note. Okay. Yeah, and they're all still trying to revive this person Zerthon from the orb of entrapment or whatever you want to call it. That's further up in my notes.
Eternal containment. But yes.
Eternal containment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody seems to be heading towards our little old town that we established on the edge of the middle of nowhere. Well, heading in that direction, we stopped for the night, and late night, early morning, we were attacked by this strange-looking dog that can talk. Lucrata, I believe what it was called. But I have no idea what it was. It was a strange-looking dog that can talk. And it happened to have gotten away because its movement was more than we could handle, or so I thought. Probably could have caught up with it, but I didn't. I had one more movement of 40 to go. And that's what I think it was. But okay, we told it ends here and now. So now that our morning has been thoroughly screwed up, I'm going to go back and take a cat nap.
All right. Yeah. So Needle.
Until dawn.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze.
Which shouldn't be too far away.
Did you hear the sneeze or no?
No.
Okay, good. All right. So yeah, Needle. He was he asked you guys for help, and without hesitation, Beastmaster healed him. And then he started talking about the orb, like you were saying, and he was trying to convince you guys to go with him as his army to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold so that he could reclaim his rightful position of leadership. So he addresses you guys as his army, and he's saying that you guys are doing really well. So when the Lacrata came, you guys were ready to go to sleep, and you guys started talking about plans. And when Needle fell asleep, you were talking about it with each other because you didn't trust him. And while he was asleep, you guys were sleeping too, and James was on watch, Beastmaster, and that's when the Lacrata came. And the Lacrata spoke, like you said, and he said, he asked what you guys were doing with the kobold, and then he said to give him Needle, so he knew who he was, and addressed him by name. And while you guys were fighting, Needle was still asleep because he was recovering from all his wounds and stuff, so he was like utterly exhausted. So the Lacrata took the opportunity to went from attacking James to attacking a prone Needle, and actually snagged him up in the air and started munching on him. And then Fizzwix saved Needle, picked him up, and ran off. And in the end of the fight, like you said, you told him that this ends here and now. And well, the Lacrota, he was retreating, and as he was retreating, he said that it's not over. Then you said that it ends here and now, and you went chasing after him. But like you said, he was faster than you thought, and you could have caught up to him, or you think you could have caught up to him, but then you just gave up the chase and went back, and you said you're going to take a nap. And now, I believe James did give Needle a potion. Didn't you?
No, I've got.
I did.
My thing
Okay.
I can make under healer.
No.
Does a d6 +4.
No,
Well, Fizzwix gave him a healing.
I gave him a potion.
And then I think he was short just 1 hit point, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we give him a good berry, but
Something like that, yeah.
You can give him a good berry.
I'll do that in the morning.
So
okay, well,
Or when morning comes, whatever, yeah.
so yeah, it is actually about to be morning, and you wanted to rest because your sleep was interrupted, but the daylight is starting to come up. And Fizzwix, he sees you laying down trying to get comfortable. He was like, "Troops, it's time to move out. This is no time for rest. We have to keep pushing and keep making it back."
No. Anytime's good time for a nap. I think yesterday was National Nap Day, but oh well.
you point out he's a
he
cat.
he puts his hands on his hips and he's looking at you. Or
He's
he
a
makes
cat.
he makes fists and puts his hands on his waist, and he's looking at you. And he's tapping his foot. And then he's like thinking to himself, and he's looking at how big you guys are compared to how big he is. And then he says to the goblin, he goes, "You, Fizzwick, let's go." Because he doesn't think he could order Beastmaster, or he doesn't think he could order the Furbolg so much, or the Tabaxi. But the goblin, he's like,
Yeah.
"You, goblin, let's go." And then he starts marching off.
I does one question.
Let me know when breakfast is ready.
Okay, well, while it's actually sleep.
I'll say that loud enough so
Needle hears.
Needle can hear that. Let me know when breakfast is ready.
I'll just start
See if
making
that
breakfast.
changes.
All right.
Okay. Well,
And then as
well,
Needle
it's
starts going, and he hears that, he turns around, and he says, "Breakfast?" And
while it's actually
Okay.
asleep, I'm going to cast disguise self on myself.
okay. And just a reminder from last week, I messed up when when
Needle.
Needle said that they called him the Rabbit Killer. I didn't understand what James was saying, so I asked him twice. I even looked on the stream. I was like trying to understand what he said. James asked, "So you know where to find rabbits?" And then I said, "Huh?" He goes, "So you know where to find rabbits?" And I said, "I don't know what that is." I didn't comprehend he was talking about I didn't hear him say rabbits. I don't know what I heard. I thought maybe it was like something like food or some type of food. I don't know, but I wasn't sure. But I said I don't know what that is. So if you want to hunt rabbits, yes, Needle can help you definitely find rabbits.
Okay.
So that was my mistake on last week because I feel like after when I saw that on the video, I felt like that was an opportunity. That was a bad opportunity I missed for doing a little bit of RP. So I'm sorry about that. I just didn't understand what James was saying. But if you guys wanted to cook breakfast, what are you guys making for breakfast?
I
Is there
really
anything
don't
you're
care.
around?
Rations that are in my bag. It's like some biscuits. There's
Okay.
some biscuits and stuff like that.
All right. So
They're not very tasty.
Guy is resting.
Mhm.
Fizwick is preparing breakfast, and James, what are you doing?
I'm going to disguise myself.
As
Casting Tabaxi. Well, usually I would go elf, but we don't have any elves in the party, so you know.
okay, so you want to look
Any
like
old
Tabaxi.
back
It only lasts for an hour.
All right, and I just want to know why you're doing that. What's the purpose? What do you?
Practicing.
Oh,
I'm
practicing.
trying to practice. Well, basically,
and use the spell slot that he did hold for later.
All right. Okay, so breakfast is done. It finished cooking in about 10 minutes. You guys made fire, and what's it called? Needle is like perplexed by the fire that you guys actually made it, and you guys I guess boiled some water and put in some seasonings and stuff. So breakfast is ready. Do you get up to eat, Guy?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Why not?
All right, and when you as you guys are eating,
Sorry.
no, it's okay. So it took about 10 minutes of that to make the food. It's quick and easy since it was already rations. All you do is just make it taste better and make it warm food. Uh, but overall, do you guys eat in a rush or you just sit comfortably, relaxing while you eat, just to be comfortable, have a good, enjoy the meal?
if there's any
I'm gonna eat comfortably.
plans.
I have no reason to swipe it down that I can think of, except we need to catch up with the kobolds.
There's plenty of reasons to swipe it down.
Yeah.
There's the Lacroida, there's the kobolds.
About how far would I'm gonna generally ask a question out if anybody maybe Needle might know or one of the other people might know is how far out are we from catching these guys?
Oh, okay. So,
How
yeah,
far do we need to get?
you guys were 2 days away. After doing the push that you guys have been doing, you're 1 day away now, and you're at the entrance of the valley. So pretty much you're in Orc territory, and once you cross the Orc territory, then you'll be into Kobold territory. And the footprints you can still see very easily because it's like a wide mess of disturbed earth and broken branches and stuff like that. Smashed plants. You see, yeah, a good day away, like 24 hours.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna take forever eating, but I'm not gonna hurry at any.
Mhm.
So that's what, about half an hour for lunch
Okay. Breakfast.
or for breakfast,
All right.
since it's only rations.
While you're eating, what's it called? Roll your perception, you guys, while you're eating.
Plus 4. 15.
All right. Mind you, this isn't that long after the fight.
16.
If anything, this is probably like maybe,
Right.
like you said, 30 minutes after the fight. Go lay down, Pandora.
30 minutes.
So
I'm gonna
while
pick my sheet. I don't want my sheet up. Give me a second.
Okay.
That's the nice thing about having it on a computer.
I need to add my thing.
Go lay down.
You have it on my computer. I just need to look at it.
Okay.
23.
Wait, 23. What did you roll?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, you didn't need to roll perception because it was going to happen anyways. Like you were going to notice
Oh.
this. All right.
Oh, okay. You said roll, so I just.
Did I?
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
Well, somebody got out of one there.
yeah, I changed my mind, and I guess I don't know, but I was gonna make it just like you guys are enjoying your food, but then you guys notice that you hear something walking up to you guys' camp, and it's not like a stealthy movement. It's deliberately being heard, and you see as you turn and look to see it, he's not that far away, and he's carrying something in his hand. One hand he's got a weapon, a mace, and then the other hand he's got something that's dripping that looks like what's it called? Blood is dripping out of it. And as he gets closer, he sees you guys clearly, and he's not raising his weapon, and you guys see that he's a bugbear. And while you guys are eating, he tosses that thing that he was carrying, and he tosses it, and it rolls towards the small fire that you had made for breakfast. And you guys see that it's the head of the Lacrata.
That's good. Thank you.
Ah,
And the bugbear, he says, he says this in what language was it? Hold on.
Hopefully it's common.
No, it's not common.
no.
Elvish?
Okay,
Giant?
language,
Druid?
language,
Otherwise,
language.
or dwarf, and I don't know.
I thought it was. Last time it was goblin.
Was it goblin?
I thought the other bugbears were speaking.
Let me
It
make
might be a different tribe.
let me make sure.
True, might be somewhere else.
Let me make sure. Because you're talking about when you were able to talk to one before, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
because those ones were speaking
Okay.
goblin.
All right. So he is speaking goblin, and
Cool.
when he was walking up, you noticed that he did have a limp, and he says, "Because of you," in goblin, he says this. "Because of you, I'm no longer welcome in my tribe." He said that after he threw that head toward the fire.
Oh, it's him.
He says, "I lost everything.
Hmm.
I lost my village, my people, my family." He raises his mace because of you. Oh, Morningstar, sorry. And then he lowers his weapon back.
Well, we're just
He's speaking goblin.
okay. That's all. I don't know.
But you
Uh,
guys
Well, I'll look at the goblin
he-
and say, "What is he saying?"
he looks familiar to you guys, but last time you guys got in the fight, he was off in the distance because you guys were on like
Right.
some sort
The
of
only one
water
I saw
ledge.
him-
Yeah, it was
yeah, the only
Fizzwick.
that was-
In common, I'm just gonna say, this is the bugbear that I fought before. When we
Oh.
when we were going to the centaur tribe. He's the one I fought for safe passage.
And he says, "Yes, I am the bugbear that that made a deal with you and let you guys go." He said that in common. He
In
switched
common?
languages. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Okay. I'd like to thank you for keeping your word.
And he says,
No, he's
It was-
angry.
"It was at a great cost."
I could,
He goes, I was humiliated. My whole tribe insult me. They banished me, exiled me. and they scrutinized me. Scrutinize. That's too logical. Too intelligent for him. He says, what's it called? Because of him, that goblin right there, I lost everything. And yeah, he's angry. But he doesn't. He's not moving to advance you guys like he's going to fight. But he is very angry.
Right.
Have you been back to your tribe recently?
Oh, that's why he got kicked out.
Yeah, that's why he got kicked out.
of it. He never been back.
And he says,
Okay.
now I have nowhere to go. And I saw you guys fight this beast right here. And I saw you fighting him again. And I finished him for you guys.
Well, would you like to join our group?
Why would I want to join you?
Oh, it's an offer.
We have
if you don't
food.
want to, you don't have to.
We have food?
Yes.
He sits down.
Yep.
And well, he kneels down on the one knee. He says, "So you won't? You're going to let me live now?
Yes.
Are-
If you'd like to be a part of our group.
Are you going to let me live my life in shame?"
No. Basically, as a part of your group, you can earn your honor back.
Oh, who are you?
He says,
Where did you come from?
Oh, he's saying
Well,
saying it to James.
To the backseat.
"Oh, the tabaxi." Yeah, he's
Sorry, James.
Beastmaster.
In my setup, James. Yeah, in my setup, James is directly to my right.
Okay.
So I looked that way because that's where he is at in my setup, in my little view screen. So, and then who are you?
Bob.
And where did Beastmaster go?
Yeah.
Now look at
to perform.
Now look at the Cobalt there. Fizzwig is for answers.
That is Beastmaster.
No,
When I changed, I thought you were cooking.
he was a lot uglier. Beastmaster was a lot uglier.
Beastmaster can change his shape.
Doing tricks now, huh? I hope you don't need those tricks when we need them.
That wasn't his original shape in the first place.
And then the when you say that guy, the bugbear, he says, "Tricks. He's making tricks. Is him
Yes.
asking me to join you guys a trick too?"
No. You may join. As long as you do not. I can't think of it. My mind just went on. As long as you don't do anything against us, we will not do anything against you. We will help you when we can, if you help us when you can.
Needle, he walks up and he says, "Hold on a second," and he walks straight up to the
Same deal we
bugbear.
made with you.
He walks straight up to the bugbear, and he's looking at him, and then he circles around him. He goes, "You guys want him to join my troops?" And then he says to Bugbear, "You want to join my army too?" And the bugbear, he says, "What are you talking about?"
Okay. I'll stand up. I'll motion the bugbear. Come with me. I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little background on it.
And then
And
the
need to
as
walk
he
off a little bit.
as he gets up to walk over there, Needle, he says, "It's going to be up to me to see if you're good enough to join my army. Remember that." And then the bugbear walks up to you, and he's kind of cautious about you still, but he sees that you don't have your any weapons out.
No. Okay. Now, we actually saved his hide back a while back, and what happened was the kobold stole something of importance to a deity.
So he's a thief. Why don't you
Well, his
kill the
whole
thief?
what do you expect? What do you expect? Almost all kobolds are. Yes, but we need him to get us to this item that the deity needs.
What is this item?
Um,
What is this deity?
it's a small. Let me go back to my notes here. Make sure I got the name right. The deity's name is Miranda.
That's not the one we're worried about,
And
though.
That is Miranda.
okay,
It's not the one we're worried
Okay,
about, though. It's the
and-
one
Oh,
that
no.
Orb's gonna bring back.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're
and
right.
and this item that she wants is a small little marble-sized object, and it contains a very nasty wizard who is thousands of years imprisoned, and he has been sent out feelers to the kobolds to so they could let him out. And the deity does not want him out, and she cannot show her hand herself. She cannot do to others. I have no idea. I have no. What do you want? I have no idea how the gods work. They have reasons of their own. They just do not. She does not want to help us, but she wants us to save the day.
And then
Gods work crazy. Gods are crazy.
so to try to accomplish the task, you joined the kobold army.
No, he joined ours. He just thinks we're part of his, and we're just playing along.
So who's the real leader here?
I'll look over. Probably me. But we usually work. Hey, whoever has the best idea, you come up with a better idea, voice it. We probably could do it. We'll do it.
And where are you headed to now? Where are you going?
There's a. It appears we're heading. There's a small village that just got settled in. That the kobolds, orcs, and goblins are all attacking, and the kobolds are want to release this wizard, and then use him and their army and rebel against the
Go lay down.
orcs and the goblins.
And he
So-
says,
What we're trying to do is at least stop them from releasing the entity, and possibly still try and get the goblins to turn it against the orcs and goblins.
so
But
it's
he doesn't know that yet.
it's you four
Wheels within wheels.
against the Bone
right,
Clan. Yeah, it's you four
Or-
against
the
the
night-
Bone Clan and the goblins and kobolds of the valley.
Pretty much.
And he walks over.
But we are trying to work with on the subterfuge idea.
So he.
That we are.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that we are actually part of their army until we can get what we need, and then try and get out. Also with as little as notice as possible. Yeah, I know, it's one of those. I'm going to look back over at Beastmaster. That doesn't. Okay, so and okay, back to with the goblin.
Okay.
Bouncy, fun.
So he walks back to the group,
No.
and
Yeah.
he tells he looks at all of you guys. He looks at Beastmaster, as a tabaxi. He looks at the goblin, Iswick, and he says, "So I hear you guys are going to after the orc clans." And he says, looking at the needle, he goes, "I don't like kobolds. I definitely don't like orcs." And he looks at Fizwick and he says, "I don't like goblins either. But you," he says, "I'd much rather fight by your side than go to the wilderness. I was going to go to the jungles of the wilderness alone. But if you'll have me, I'll fight by your
Yes,
side
okay.
or die trying." He says that looking
And
at
we
he
will
says
try.
that he says that looking at Fizwick.
Well, it's better than everybody in the forest dying.
He says he kind of giggles a little bit like a sinister laugh, and he goes, "They all can die for all I care."
Those in the forest are really not nice people, if you want to even call them that.
They're tribal.
All right.
So,
So you guys are okay with him traveling with you guys then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So he says, "So what do I call you? What are your names?"
So, my name
I'm
is
Fizwick.
Racer. Well, I go by the name of Racer.
Racer,
The one eating the good
Fizwick.
the one eating the good berries is
Fizwick.
the one eating the good
And
berries
this guy,
is Beastmaster.
this no, that just don't look right. And this guy here is known as Beastmaster.
All right. And let me see. It's been about an hour now, so your spell's going to wear off, James. And from when you cast it, making breakfast, eating, and this whole discussion, it's been about an hour now. So your spell wears off unless you want to cast it again. I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
Short rest.
What? All I heard was short rest. That's
You
all I
can't
heard.
use it until
I take
after a short rest.
So I can do it again.
Okay. All right. So and the needle, he walks up to the bugbear. He says, "And I am Needle Knife Hands." He goes like this. He goes, "If you're going to join my army, you're going to listen to me, and you got to keep up with all of us. Can you do that?"
I'm gonna do a big old wink behind his back at him.
And he says, "Well, I know that they move pretty fast. I don't know how well you're able to keep up with them, but I'll do my best."
And we keep up with him.
And Needle goes, "Yeah, they keep up with me."
Hey, it's been a while. You want to race? And I'll just laugh.
All right.
And okay, okay, and we'll okay. We're doing a fast march, not really a forced march, but we're traveling at a fairly good clip. So, so go ahead, make your best pace, and uh, we keep up with the slowest member, because we travel together. No one gets left behind.
All right.
Needle goes at a solid 15 max speed.
Well, I was gonna say, Needle. He goes over to the campfire and he kicks out the fire, kicking dirt all over it. And he
Thanks,
goes,
I was just about to do that.
he goes, "Troops, it's time to move out. You had your rest, you had your food. Now we have to go and catch up with the kobolds. So let's go." And he starts walking off.
Okay.
And the bugbear watches him and he says,
Okay.
"You always like that?"
Mhm.
Yes.
He's full of self-importance. So I guess we go. I guess it's time to go.
Okay.
And again, we go at the rate of the slowest person.
25.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about either the kobold or the bugbear.
Well, bugbear, the kobold is 25.
All right.
I have no idea. 25 is fine. I think the kobold is the same.
All right. 5-minute break. I'm take the dogs outside, go do their stuff, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
No problem. I'll go check with my wife, see how she's doing too.
So, like I said, the kobold, the gnome have the same speed. 25.
The kobold's what?
Oh, the kobold, the gnome have the 25 speed.
Right, that's what I thought.
Okay, we'll just wait for guy to get back.
So what's going on there, Dan?
Hmm?
So what's going on?
Going to write down the roster for the group.
Well, I've got my healing kit is full.
Alright.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Alright. So you guys are moving on. And you guys are following the tracks. And it's easy. Like I said, you see all the footprints and broken branches and trees. Well, not trees, but broken branches and smashed bushes. So when you guys are going, Needle, he oh, put in the fridge, please. Thanks. Needle, he kind of looks down at the tracks and then he starts gazing at it. And he says, something's different.
Yeah. What?
Needle's, Needle gets up
There's something.
and grabs he grabs a little bit of dirt and then he gets up and he rubs his hands. He says, "They're not going home. They're going someplace else."
Could be. I thought they were heading towards the village. That came up on the coast.
You see
I
that
thought they were heading.
actually the tracks, if you follow it, you see that it is leading towards the coast, but more northward than
Okay.
westward. More northward than westward. And
Okay.
he says, "I wonder." And then the bugbear, let me roll his intelligence, or yeah, his wisdom, I mean. Okay.
They may be heading towards that light.
The bugbear, he
That
said,
was.
Go ahead, guy.
No, I'm just thinking that was in that general direction. If I haven't gotten turned around.
Now, you have your mountains on your south and southwest. You have the whole coastline on your north and northwest, and then your town is in the west. And the bugbear,
That strange square lake. Go ahead.
that's yeah, that lake is southwest. It's past the mountain range.
Okay, so they're not going to that lake. They're going somewhere else.
Yeah, they're going more north. And the bugbear, he says, didn't you say that the orcs were moving to go attack your town?
Well, that's where they were last time we left them.
And off in the distance,
until the deity called us.
off in the distance, you do see smoke. So, smoke coming from where your city is at. And he says, "I wonder if the orcs are busy attacking your village. Could the kobolds be attacking the orcs' territory?"
More than likely. Would make
That does
sense.
sound like an idea.
Needle the Mighty. Needle, he says, "That's exactly what I think is happening. I think Obsidian is taking his army to attack the orcs' home and destroy it while they're not there."
Well, basically, while the orcs are doing something else,
Mm-hmm.
it does make sense.
Well, the cat's away, right?
While the army's away.
That too. Yeah.
And then Needle, he says, "We could follow the kobolds to ambush them, or we could maybe we could beat them going back home."
Yeah. Well, I think we should follow them on the way to wherever they're going. This way we can get you reinstated as soon as possible. We can get you reinstated as the leader as soon as possible.
And the bugbear, he says, didn't you say they had a marble?
Yes. There was a what do they call it? The Orb of Eternal Containment or something like that is what she called it.
Do you think they could harness the power of that marble and use it to attack the orcs?
Possible.
They might.
That's probably the plan. That's why we want to get it before they can use it.
But we don't. Yeah, but we want to try and get there before they can. So okay. So that's.
Can I
why
pull the
we're
bugbear?
hot
Can I pull the?
Okay.
What were you gonna
Can I
say?
pull the bug? Can I pull the bugbear to the side real quick?
Do you tug on his pants? You tug on his breech?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. he catches your signal and he walks over to you.
Hang back a little bit. Okay.
All right. So, from what I can tell that the goddess told us, that the orb that we're looking for, it has this super powerful person sealed inside, and the only way that it can be used effectively is it takes over a host that is either strong or of high status. So their plan is to just have their strongest kobold just use it. I'm thinking, this is my plan. You see Needle, right? He's a pathetic little creature. If we give him the orb and he tries to use it, I get the feeling that nothing's gonna happen. So I'd rather have him have it in the worst case scenario than his brother, who's apparently really strong.
So you want to go to the orcs? I mean, you want to go to the orc territory?
At the moment, yeah. Best case scenario, we're able to sneak in there, grab the orb, and get out.
And the orb is already in the possession of the kobold leader?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the kobolds actually attacking the home territory of the orcs before. Might be a chance that they already used the power of the orb and are infused with it. Maybe the being inside the orb is already manifested.
Well, so.
And if they did manifest them, what happens? What happens?
Yeah, I doubt that's already happened because, according to the goddess, what's his name?
Zarthon?
Zerthon.
Sorry, yeah, Zarthon. His wizard's name. His name's Zarthon. He would bring his home here, that he's been trapped in forever, and along with the rest of his higher level demons, and they would be rampaging the entire area by now.
And then you hear Needle yelling in the back. He goes, "Come on, we have to hurry up and get home before Obsidian does. That way, I could claim my territory and be the rightful ruler of the kobolds."
Oh, sorry, Needle. You were too fast for me. And then just catch back up, I guess.
And then the bugbear, he does follow you guys. So you guys see that the trail is heading towards the orc territory, possibly the main orc camp. But Needle, he wants to go to his kobolds. His he wants to go to his home. What do you guys?
No, we gotta go find. We've got to go find Obsidian and defeat Obsidian because they've already probably sent word to home that you're dead or that you've been vanquished, and Obsidian is now the leader. So we've got to vanquish Obsidian to install you back to leader. Otherwise, they may not. They may throw you out or kill you if you go back home, because Obsidian is the leader.
And he says,
we've got to get Obsidian first.
And he says, maybe Obsidian will die attacking the orcs, and then I could go home, and they'll see that I am indeed alive, and claim my right to rulership.
Yes. So what we need to do is make sure Obsidian is dead. And we're not going to be able to do that if we go home first.
And he says, troops, what do you want to do? I think we should go home. But I don't want a mutiny on my hands. So where do you guys want to go?
I'm going to point down the road to where
the tracks
kobolds are all, where the tracks are going.
Follow the trail.
James?
To me.
Huh?
I said, sounds good to me.
So you guys are following the trails?
Welcome to go on home.
Oh, we lost him. He went home.
They're all going home.
They saw the pizza and they went to go get some food. Pizza and burgers. Is that the same thing that you made last time? Did you like save the file? Is that Pac-Man?
Yeah, it's Pac-Man eating the food.
I could barely see him. It looks like a beak.
Yep. This is what I call physics mind.
Hey, James actually made it back. How did you do that?
Magic.
This is the inner working of physics head.
Ball of string.
Food, axes, and
kitty cat.
calming thoughts. What
you doing, Riddick? What you doing, Riddick? What you doing?
Probably waiting for food. Have you fed him yet?
No. They'll eat soon. There he is. Alright, go lay down. Go.
Okay.
Alright.
Sorry about that. Screwed up.
So you guys,
Okay.
you guys are following the trail more
Now,
northward. Go ahead.
Right, I'm going to tell Needle. I was going to go tell Needle that he's free to go home if he wishes. But our needs really need to be follow Obsidian.
And he says, okay. Well, let's go. And he starts following the trail.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
So we'll follow along with him.
Now, several hours later, in the midst of the trail, you see that there are two ogres in plain sight. It looks like they're looking at the ground, and it looks like they're arguing with each other about uh, possibly who went through and where the that group is going. And then they're arguing too. It looks like one of them is talking about wanting to find food because he's hungry and he wants to find kobolds to eat because it's an easy snack. And then the other one's saying that the kobolds are going to be too small of a snack. But if they find um, bigger animals um, in the forest, uh, they'll have more food to eat. Now these guys are pretty far away, so
Okay.
you can actually go around them if you wanted to, but they're right smack in the middle of the trails.
Right. You guys want to try and get them on our side also?
I'm not crazy about that. My friends here had a reason to. They don't.
Hey, do you have any type of illusion spells?
Who?
James. James, do you have any
No,
type of illusion spells?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, you do.
That was the.
That's the shape-shifting one. I'm kidding.
There's an idea.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh, so Fizwick.
Oh, who's that stranger?
So there's two ogres. There's two ogres looking at the tracks, and one of them is arguing about wanting to go hunt kobolds because he's hungry, and then the other one is like angrily saying that he wants to go hunt some bigger beasts, and because kobolds are too small of a snack. So they know how many are they know that there's a lot of kobolds going around, but one doesn't grasp the concept that a lot of kobolds is going to be a good meal. He just thinks that kobolds are small, so it's like it's not worth eating.
That's only good. Yeah, it's only 2 bites.
So they're
Looks like a goblin.
they're far away though, but they're arguing amongst each other loud enough that you guys can hear them. So we could say that you're like a couple about 200 yards away from them, and you see them clearly. They're not hiding. They're not doing anything to like cover what they're doing. It doesn't matter what's around them. They don't fear nothing. And you see that they have one has a javelin and one has a great club. Well, it's not really a javelin. It's more like a branch.
So are we just like
Tree trunk.
You're far away from them. They don't notice you. So if
are
you
we like right outside their like the base of operations at the moment?
these are ogres. They're just walking around.
There's a couple of
They're in the middle of the kobold tracks, and one was tracking the kobolds looking for food, and the other one doesn't want to get kobolds because he thinks that kobolds are too small of a snack. That he wants some real food. But
We could talk them into going in head
Helping.
first.
I don't think it's a good idea. If this
Yeah.
way, if we do, we'll wind up having to fight them.
No, we can always outrun them. Oh, that's right. You don't
I'm
move
gonna
that
start.
fast.
I'm gonna start walking up to him.
He's going to.
And
Oh
then-
well, looks like we're going to be fighting him after all.
as you start walking up, and during their argument, they both notice you, and then they goes, "Look, there's one right there." And the other one goes, that's not a kobold. That's a goblin." And then the other one says, "It doesn't matter what it is. Food is food."
Yeah, I'm a goblin. Do you guys want to know where to find a bunch of kobolds? Lots of food.
And then the bigger one, the one that's talking about hunting a bigger creature, he goes, "I see lots of food over there." And he's pointing at Beastmaster, Fizwick, the bugbear. He goes, "That's a lot."
That's not a lot of food.
That's
That's not
a-
a lot of food. That's a little bit of food.
And the other one that was talking about eating the kobolds, he goes, I'm gonna have an appetizer first before we go after the main course. And then he tries to jab you. Oh wait, you're not close enough, are you?
No.
Okay. He throws his javelin at you. Let's see if it hits you. Ooh, does a 22 hit you?
Yeah,
Okay, so you take.
of course.
Where's my D4? Of course, it's a D6. So he throws his branch at you, and it hits you,
Oh,
and you
fresh.
take 8 points of damage. He threw it like a javelin,
Okay.
and then he
Didn't
starts
he
he
improvise?
starts running in your direction, and he's yelling really loud. The other one has his great club, and he's yelling really loud too, like ah. Their mouths are gaping open, and you guys see that.
Wait, so
Huh?
wait,
They're
have
not.
we not rested since we fought the thing before?
That was that happened at the end of your rest, and then you ate your breakfast, and then you guys pushed on.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't heal from then. Okay.
Well, you
So I
can
took-
you can have always used your what do you want to call it? Your hit healed your hit die. But okay,
When would I have done that?
you've seen probably having breakfast.
Yeah, because
Um,
that was about an hour between talking with the bugbear and
Right.
eating breakfast and all that. I guess that's a
quote
short
unquote
that's a
short
short
rest.
rest. Ah, that's a short rest. A short rest can be anywhere from like
I-
30 minutes to 3 hours, I believe. Right?
Something
Okay.
like that. An hour usually on average.
That's fine. So I did say it was about an hour. So we could say that that time was a short rest. If you want to roll for a hit die, go for it.
Okay. I just need to
Well, anything helps.
That's
gotta
no,
find
no,
my
no.
D8 here. 'Cause I still don't own a full set of dice.
That's okay. Look, ogres,
Right.
2 of them.
You got it, but ugly.
Not the
Okay.
There we go.
When he throws, right, not the prettiest of people.
They're not.
When
Yeah, he's
well, in
big.
their own eyes, I guess they are.
He's big. He probably weighs like 800
Yeah.
to 1,000 pounds.
You got it.
Yeah. When I see this ogre throw his
Javelin.
tree branch,
Mhm.
I'm gonna move up closer to the goblin
Okay.
also,
All right.
and I'm going to tell you shouldn't have done that.
Well, tell me when I get within 120, I'll shoot him with the chill touch.
All right. And Needle, he says, "Charge!" and he starts running.
No. Okay.
Oh, I
you try.
was planning on disengaging if that went poorly, but I guess we're fighting now.
Oh well, they're way behind
Well,
you
not
because you walked up
necessarily.
by yourself. So you walked up by yourself. We'll say that you got into throwing range from their javelins, but yeah, even though the ogres are running, they're not at combat distance yet, or they're not close combat distance yet. So or close quarters, I should say.
Mm.
But so go ahead, everybody can roll initiative.
$12.
6.
4.
I beat you.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a 6.
Oh.
No.
All right, and okay. So first is going to be the ogres, and they're dashing up to run up to you and get in a melee distance. So when they dash up, they close in the distance and they're right up on Biswick. And both of them do that. now it is the bugbear's turn, and he runs up to close the distance too. Um, and he starts meeting up with Guy, and he's a little distance away from Fizwick. Now Beastmaster. No, wait. Fizwick, your turn.
1 second. I remember what it's called.
Murder, death, kill.
No.
Haven't heard that term in a while. He's charged with MDK.
I'm just gonna dodge.
You're gonna dodge.
I'm gonna use my action to dodge everything that's coming. So it just gives me.
Well, they dashed, so they can't make any attacks this round.
Yeah, but for next round, I'm gonna be dodge. I'm gonna use dodge on my turn.
You don't want to
So until my
disengage or run or anything like that.
No, I'll just try to dodge their attacks.
Okay.
Any
And
attack roll made against me has disadvantage as long as I can see them.
okay. And now it is Beastmaster's turn.
150 shell touch.
Okay, go ahead and do you want the one with the great club or the one that threw the javelin?
The great club. You see, the javelin's unarmed.
Okay.
You see unarmed. So 20, not natural.
20 hits.
14 plus 6.
20 hits.
Okay, 4 points of damage.
All right.
Not rolling good today.
Well, you hit, so that is a good roll, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay, anything hits.
No, not.
Especially for
You rolled a
higher.
20. You rolled a 20. That's a good hit.
Okay.
And do you want to keep pushing up closer or no?
Okay. 5. Basically, I also want to spend some time. I'll push up.
Okay. And do you want to keep like 30 feet away from Fizwick and the group, or how far do you want to?
I'll make sure. Well, I've got my shield, and
Yeah, I just want to get
see
an
if I-
idea of how far you want to push up to the combat. That's all. James?
basically, let's say get within 10 feet of Fizwick.
Okay. All right. So 10 feet from Fizwick and about 15 feet away from the ogres. Okay. So now it is. I had your 4 on as obsidian. Okay, so it's Needle's turn. So Needle ran up and he yells out, "Charge!" And you see what's it called? He pulls out a dagger, but it's like a wooden dagger. And from it you see a magic missile shoot out of it, going towards the one that you casted Chill Touch on.
Okay, that's even better.
And that magic missile hits the same orc or ogre. It does 4 points of damage. All right, and he's running as close as he could to Fizwick. And now it is Racer's turn. Racer, you ran up previously, but
Yeah.
we'll say you're about 30 feet away from them.
Okay. Holding my quarterstaff, I'm going to run up to the one that has threw the javelin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to smack it with it. smack it with him. And for a grand total of 10 to hit.
10? That's your total?
10.
Okay.
That's my total.
You missed. You get a.
I told you shouldn't have done that. Now stop. And I'll tell you why.
And then the ogre, he got confused. He was like, hmm? All right.
What?
All right, and do you want to take any other actions or no?
No, I was going to save those for something else.
Okay. All right.
My flurry of blows. Yeah, I was going to do that for something else.
Now it's the ogre's turn, and they're in immediate vicinity of Fizwick. So the one that was the unarmed one, he reaches over to grab Fizwick. He says, "This is going to be a good snack. This'll do for now." And he tried to grab you, but go ahead and roll your strength to compete against his strength.
Be acrobatics to dodge out of the way.
Or yeah, well, it's a grapple, so would it be?
Well, if he's trying to dodge out of the way, if he doesn't grab
Wait a
him,
minute, wait a minute. You said disadvantage, right? So he gets a disadvantage on the
Yeah.
strength roll. Okay. All right.
Dodging.
I get it's disadvantage on attacks, and then I get advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay. So go ahead, roll your
Oh.
dexterity saving throw then. To dodge the.
Oh, it's a dex. It's a dex saving throw.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Good. That's good.
What?
It was first a 1, but then it was a 20.
You know what's
Three.
funny? Is
Huh.
first I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 19. Since it's disadvantage, I rolled a 1. You rolled a 1 and then a 20. So all right. So he lunges to grab you, but as you start dodging out of the way, he starts falling on the ground, pretty much face first into the dirt, like he stumbled over his feet or something. You can describe your dodge action if you want to jump on him or something, like jump on him and make him fall harder, or dodge to the side. What do you feel? What do you feel like?
I'll just do a dodge roll to the side, and then I'll tell him the ground's not food.
Yeah, you see his tusks actually dig into the dirt, so he gets a mouthful of dirt. And then the other one, when he fell, the other one tries to swing over him to hit you. And let me see. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, so when his buddy fell, he swung over his buddy as he fell, and he missed. Now, it's the bugbear's turn, and he gets into combat range, and what he does with his Morningstar is he smashes it on the ogre's head that's on the floor. So he gets advantage because he's prone, and he got a 20. What does the Morningstar do? Is it 2d8? Let me look.
I know he gets the strength, but
Actually, yeah, you're right. Let me see this.
Let's see. Club, dagger, great club. Morningstar does 1d8. Piercing.
Okay.
plus strength.
Yeah.
And then he's got the brute ability, so a melee weapon deals an extra die of damage when the bugbear hits with it.
Okay.
So
So that goes
2d8. All right.
Yeah. 2d8
Wow.
piercing plus his strength.
All right. So hold on. 2 plus 2 equals 4 plus. Oh, that's it. And then
What's his strength?
hold on. It's a plus 2. I'm trying to do math here.
Okay.
So
You're trying to do math. Oh my god.
well, I can't
Yeah.
if you're like. So I said 2 plus 2 and then the second die was 2. So he hits him with a 6. Wait. I'm wrong. It was a what's it called? It was a 20, so double damage. So
To be full dice plus, so it'd be 16
That'd be
plus,
2d
so it's 2
be
plus the
16
4.
it's
it's 16 okay, what did you roll on the 2 dice?
hold on.
Let him do the math. Let him do
I'm
the math.
trying. Yeah, exactly. So his Morning Star does 2d4, 2d8. And then 2d8 times 2.
Whatever you roll.
Wait,
I thought that was plus. No, it was
16.
plus, wasn't it plus? Plus the normal damage maximum?
Max
It'd be
damage plus the
16
damage
plus
roll.
2d8
Okay.
plus his strength bonus.
All right. So it's so his max damage is a 16.
Right,
Plus-
16 plus 4 is 20.
Will you please stop?
No offense, Sparky, we ain't got all night.
Oh, exactly. That's why I'm trying to do the math.
Yeah, sure.
All
Give
right.
me another
All right. So 16 max, and then he does his regular weapon damage, which is 2d8. So 1 and 4 plus 2. That's going to be 5, 7. So 18 plus 7.
25.
23.
18 plus 7?
Yeah, you're right. My mistake.
Alright,
My mistake. You're right.
18
No,
plus 7 is 25.
Okay.
thank you.
And that's the one that's on the floor.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So that's what the bugbear does, and he hits him so hard you hear the crack in his bones. Hits him on his head.
Cool. He's gonna wake up with a headache.
Well, if he wakes up at all.
And the brute ability, so it's an extra die. It's just an extra
That's what
die,
she
right?
did.
Correct.
No, I multiplied the damage, or I did the max damage, and then I rolled 2d8 for his 20 to do the regular damage, and then
No, the Morningstar does 1d8.
no, not on
This
the
brute
The
gives him
brute
at 1-8.
makes two.
not on the
Right, correct.
bugbear, not on the bugbear.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, on the bugbear page,
This
if
is what Bugbear does.
yeah, the
That's fine.
bugbear does 2d8 plus 2. So
There you go.
so melee
That'd
damage
be
deals
another-
1 extra die of damage. Okay, 1 extra die. Oh, and I just rolled an 8 on an 8.
That's
There
even
you go.
better.
Okay, so 25 plus 8 equals
33.
33. Damn.
That hurt.
Okay.
Hopefully dropped his ass down.
That was his first time being hit. Alright.
I'm sure he didn't like it.
An ogre gets 7d10 plus 21 hit points.
Gee, God.
That's if you
Yeah.
roll. Okay. Alright, so that was the bugbear. Now it's Fizwick's turn. Fizwick, you have that bugbear, that ogre on the floor in front of you, just got clobbered in his head by the bugbear.
I'm just gonna continue to dodge. I'm not feeling
Yeah,
very
but it's 39
risky.
hit points. 39.
Feeling a little squishy?
Feeling a little squishy, yeah.
Okay. Alright, now it is Beastmaster's turn.
I turn on my spores, or activate my shape, which gives me 12 whole hit points.
So, your spores
Temporarily.
you're activating your spores and you get 12 hit
What?
points?
12, yeah, temporary hit points.
Okay, for 10 minutes, right?
Correct. Or until
Okay.
they're gone.
Alright, do you want to move closer to them so that they start their turn in your
Yes.
spores? Okay, so you're not going up close, you're just going near them so that they're both
Correct.
in your spores. Okay. Now it is Needle's turn. And Needle, he runs up to the one that's on the floor, and he stabs him in his head, trying to get in on the action. Okay, so he hits. That was not a roll. That was just a drop dice.
I'll
Knife
grab
is a
that.
D4, right?
Right. laundry.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Did they get, or is it somebody gets? Was it a special attack
When-
because they're small?
Well, yeah, the kobolds get advantage when they're
Next to each
pack
other.
tactic, when they're within 5 feet of an ally.
And so you guys are an ally.
Yeah.
So
All
he
right.
has
Gets plus
advantage.
5.
He gets what?
He
Advantage.
has advantage to hit.
Well, he had advantage already because the guy was on the floor. So does he get another free
Okay.
roll?
Why not?
If you want, that's up to you.
Nah, that's not
Probably
fair.
not.
uh. Now it is Racer's turn.
Oh, sorry, I totally spaced it there.
Okay, so you have that one on the floor who's messed
And
up.
the one that's stuck. Right.
Yeah, the one with the
that's
club.
stuck. Right. I'm going to go after him again,
Okay.
and this time I'm going to use Fury of Blows with them.
Okay.
And I, to make up for it, I critted
Okay, good.
using my quarterstaff.
All right.
So that's 6 plus 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14 total on the quarterstaff.
Wow. Okay.
And the first to hit is a 13.
That's a
on
hit.
Fury of Blows.
That's a hit.
And that does 4 plus 3. Hey, there's a total of 4 points of damage with the first hit. And 9 plus 5 is 14 on the second one, which is one more than the other one.
That's a hit.
And that does 2 plus 3 is 5 more points. So that's 5, 9, and 16 is 25 total all day.
Okay. Eight plus 25. 33.
And I've used 1 key point.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
All right. So guy just got a crit with his quarterstaff, and then he did Fury of Blows.
I got one of them.
And now it is the ogre's turn. So the ogre, he's getting up.
Is he in range?
Oh,
I get
actually,
the
yes. So saving throw. Glad you said that. Okay. What does he have to beat for a saving throw?
He has to get at least a 15, a 14.
14? Okay. Roll your damage.
Six.
Okay.
Are they both getting it?
No.
Just the one?
Yeah. So,
Is he standing or prone?
well, I was about to say it. The one that's face down in the dirt, he's got the dirt in his mouth, so he's not breathing that one. The one that's standing, he's coughing and choking from your spores, and he's getting sick. So how many points of damage did you say?
6 points. Because I've activated my spore shape.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And then the other one, okay, so that one got up. The one that was on the floor with the dirt in his mouth, he got up, and as he gets up, because he can't really take an action, because getting up is his action, right?
No, getting up is half his move.
Oh, it's half his movement? Alright, so he bellows out to the kobold, and you guys, like, he bellows out, and when he's, like, growling at you guys, the dirt comes out of his mouth. He goes,
Does he take a deep breath?
well,
Does he bellow?
He's already taken his damage.
he succeeded on his saving throw.
Oh, boy.
It happens.
He says, he says, ouch, that hurt, and then he tries to, what's it called, punch Fizzwick.
Alright, so,
And he gets disadvantage, and he missed. So he takes a punch, and Fizzwick dodged. So I rolled a 2 plus 2, no, 2 plus 6 equals 8. And the other one with the club, he's coughing, and when he's coughing, he's attacking Racer. And so, what did you say the spores do to him? Since he's affected by the spores?
2d4.
No,
Uh,
he's
what
He
do
just
they
takes
do?
damage.
he doesn't get disadvantage or anything like that. He just takes damage.
See,
Yeah.
Wait, I'm reading it right now. Hold on. Necrotic.
No, he just has damage when he's within the.
Yeah, it's just
Area.
it's necrotic damage.
Okay, so
It's
as he's coughing and boogers are coming out of his nose, he takes a swing at Racer. Does a 19 hit you?
Oh yes.
Okay. And you are taking
A lot.
seven plus 4 equals 11. You take 15 points of damage. So you basically get a club to your ribs and you try to dodge it.
And I don't dodge it enough.
Yeah. And
I'll be.
what's it called? Now it is Fizwick's turn. No, it's the Bugbear's turn. Sorry. So the Bugbear that he's attacking the one that got up and tried to punch Fizwick. I lost the numbers. Sorry, guys. Oh, there.
I hurt.
And he missed.
You got an owie?
I got a boo boo. Yes.
Oh, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
now
It's the kobold that gets advantage. Okay. Alright, so the Bugbear attacks and he missed. Now it is Beastmaster's turn.
I'll smack him with my my quarter stick.
Okay.
19.
That's a hit. Which one are you hitting? The armed one or the unarmed one?
The unarmed one. Which one did we do all the damage?
Both.
So I did
Thank you.
quite a bit. The other one did a lot.
Okay.
When I hit or the one
To
that,
be more specific, James, the one with the Morning Star, he has 39 points of damage. The one that's unarmed has 38 points of damage. So it's
Yeah.
38 and
I guess,
39.
I guess I'll go for 39 then.
Okay. So the armed one. I mean the unarmed one. Sorry, unarmed.
4 plus 2 is
they
6.
both have one.
So 6 bludgeoning and 5 poison.
Necrotic. Right.
No poison. This is from the
11.
this is from the spores when I attack somebody with it.
It's necrotic damage, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
it's just poison when I use a melee weapon.
Okay.
He's taking poison, necrotic, and blend.
Okay. And what's it called? You see where you hit him, his skin gets inflamed, swollen from the poison. And now it is, that was Beastmaster. Now it's Needle's turn. And Needle is going to stab that the ogre again, or the same one that that you've been hitting, the unarmed one, and he gets advantage for being next to an ally. Oh my gosh! And actually, he hits. I rolled a 9 plus 3, so 1d4. So he stabs the ogre in his leg, in his calf, with his wooden knife. And now it is Racer's turn. So the ogre that you attacked, James, You said he's got necrotic damage, poison damage,
Poison
and
and
spores.
bludgeon.
And
Right.
bludgeoning. Okay. Yeah, he's jacked up. He's like when he gets stabbed by a needle, he actually goes down on one knee. And he gives like a bellowing howl like he's in pain, like "Ugh." And Racer, there's still the one with the morning star. He's
Right.
the one that you've been attacking.
Right. With him, I'm going to. Sorry, my mind. It's all mixed up. I was looking for something, and it's all mixed up on me. I was going to do. Okay. I'm going to just attack with my quarterstaff at this time.
Okay.
I'm not going to use Fury of Blows. That is 19 to hit.
That hits.
And, max damage there is total of 9 points of damage.
Okay. Alright, he's hurting too. Do you want to do anything else? You want to maneuver, flank around him?
Actually, what I was going to try and do is I was going to use my way of the monk and use a key point and use a disengage on that.
Okay.
So I am 10 feet away from him.
Okay, so you pretty much do a hop, skip, and a jump, flipping backwards.
Yeah.
With a one-handed cartwheel. With a no-handed
Yeah.
cartwheel.
There you go.
Okay. Alright, so that's Racer's turn. Now it's the Bugbear's turn. So the one that was all infected and stuff, he vomits on the floor. Or actually, Fizwick, roll your dexterity to see if he vomits on you.
Ooh.
21?
You rolled a 1?
21.
Oh, okay. So as the bugbear, as the ogre is about to attack, he actually throws up, and then you dodge to the side, and then he tries to punch you. Does 14 hit you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so he's really in bad shape, and then the other bugbear, since you disengaged, guy, he's going to attack. Since the ogre is going to attack the bugbear since you disengaged. And
Okay.
let's see. He hits the bugbear.
Pooch.
8 plus 4
Only
equals
because
12.
I can't withstand another attack, another hit. Personally,
Okay. 12.
that's why I disengage.
So he got hit, and you hear the muffled groan from him as he takes the impact, and he gets pissed off, and he attacks back, and he missed. Now it is Fizwick's turn.
He's starting at 6.
So, which one's the one that threw the stick at me?
The one that's right next to you throwing up, and he tried to punch you, and he threw up, and then he punched, but he missed. You see like drool coming out of his mouth, and his arm is swollen from or wherever he got hit from James's staff. It's swelling up with infection from the poison.
I'm just gonna take my axe. I'm gonna aim for his throat, and as I'm slashing down, I'm gonna yell, "I'm not food."
All right, so you're aiming for his throat. That's a precision shot, I guess. Is there any
Yeah.
differences with called shots or no?
-5 plus 10.
That doesn't make sense. -5
Minus
plus
5
10.
to hit. -5 to hit
Oh.
plus 10 to damage.
Is that how it works? Is there a rule for that? Guy?
What was that? Sorry, I was looking for something else.
What
was that again?
Wiley's doing a called shot. He's chopping his axe to the guy's throat. Is there?
No, there isn't. Nothing. There is nothing in the rule book that says you can do a called shot.
All right. Well,
Um,
-5 plus 10.
Minus
Alright.
5 to hit, plus 2 to damage.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Okay, so 23 minus 5,
Okay.
18.
18.
All right, that's a hit, and then plus 10 to damage.
There you go.
Oh, max damage!
All right.
That's one way to look at it.
So you lop his head off.
Then 21 damage.
Yeah. He actually only had 3 hit points left.
Oh.
So you lopped his head off with your axe.
There you go. You got it.
And then so you said you're not food, and then you lopped his head off. Now it
That
is
was very clean cut.
Beastmaster's turn.
Is the other one within range of me and I can use my bonus action, or
Oh, the other one? Yeah, he's right next to you. He's in close combat range.
I'll punch at him.
Okay, go ahead. Roll.
Use your flurry of blows on it.
No, just the bonus action. 13.
13 hits.
Oh, sweet. 6 damage.
6. Okay. All right. He's in excruciating pain. When you punched him, you basically caught him off guard because he was focused on attacking the bugbear. So you punched him in his stomach like a surprise attack, and he loses his wind like. And now it is Needle's turn. And Needle's going to stab him with his knife in the calf, and he gets advantage. That's a hit. Okay, so Needle, when he stabs him in his knife, stabs him with his knife in his leg, he also makes a huge gash in his leg, and then it cuts an artery, and the ogre falls and bleeds out, and he dies. Because he was at 53 hit points, and Needle did 6 points of damage, so that's 59. Needle, he celebrates. He's like, and starts kicking him when he's down, like dead.
What's the safest way?
He was like, "You messed with the wrong kobold, didn't you?"
Quickly search him for magic.
Search who for magic?
Anything, really.
No, there's no magical items. Just
Right back.
Magic, no items? No, nothing?
no magical items.
No, okay, well, chop off his head.
The other one, okay. You have a weapon to do that?
Nope.
James, do you have a weapon to do that?
Knife.
Okay,
Knife.
He's got a butter knife.
you're gonna slice his head off.
Butter knife?
So you're doing the whole grotesque thing and mutilating him. Okay, so you cut his head off. Now what?
That's the bugbear piece. If was it the ogres are good eaters who would just check it.
And he says, pretty much anything alive can be eaten, or anything
Yeah.
that was once alive can be eaten.
I asked him if he's hungry.
He said no.
I'm going to take a look, see if they have anything of quote-unquote value on them. I can't use the club. So,
I'm back.
Okay. Surprisingly enough, you find on one there's 1 potion of healing, and on the other one, that was with no weapons, he's got 4 potions of healing.
Ooh, that's 5. So how many members of the party?
You know what?
yeah, that's 5.
Yeah.
We should get one.
Well, you know what? Are potions of healing magical?
Yes, they are.
Well, they're considered magical, yes.
Oh, all right.
But
Well,
that's fine.
I wasn't planning on doing
They
that,
don't
but
necessarily.
I'm gonna give you guys healing for a reward. So when you said that you're detecting magic, I said no. So you don't find magical items, but you did find potions. You got 5 potions total.
Okay.
So you did detect magic.
These happen to be non-magical healing potions.
No, I'll just change
Okay.
my mind and say that he did detect magic.
No problem.
All right.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. We got who all really got hit? It was myself, the bugbear, and
Fizwick.
Fizwig.
Well, I can. Let me
So-
use my special ability.
And
What's your special ability?
no,
The healing potion. I can create one before we use
can?
up these. Well, basically, the ones they only last a day.
Well, don't you have to
17?
do that? Don't you have to make one during?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay,
worth
we
it.
got-
Just drink it then. We get time. We have time to rest.
okay.
I can make them
Well,
later.
Yeah. So okay, Fizwig.
We're waiting for him to come back. He said he'll be back.
Okay.
I'm here.
How bad was
Oh.
he hit for? How bad were you hit for?
Not too badly. I think it was like what, 9 points of damage, 8 points of damage.
9. Okay. So, anybody else really hurt besides
No.
us three?
Oh, I didn't take any damage at all.
Okay. No
Yeah,
problem.
just the bugbear. He's got
Fizwick,
12 points of
you're-
damage.
Okay. Okay. Fizwig, Bugbear, and myself all get one, and we save the other two for whenever. That sound good?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So the bugbear's going to use his, and he gets
2 plus 4, right?
7.
2d4 plus 4.
I thought it was 2d4 plus 2.
Actually, my potion
don't
does
we-
1d6 plus 4.
Okay. No
But the
problem.
healing potion is just 2d4 plus
Yeah.
2.
First one, that's 2. And 2 are 6.
Okay.
I didn't even have to take off my shoes. So 6 from 6
Yeah. Oh,
is 9.
So the bugbear, seeing that Fizwick cut off the ogre's head with a fell swipe from his axe, he says in Goblin, he goes, "You could have done that to me, huh?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I'm glad you didn't."
No.
You're not as stupid.
All right.
Are we gonna?
Go ahead.
We just wondering, do we need to? I think we should actually take a quick rest here, catch our breath, and
Did we use all those potions or?
Just
we've got
3.
2 left.
Just 3 of them. So you got one.
Oh,
The bugbear got
The
one,
3 of us
and
took
Guy
left. Yeah,
got
we've
one.
2 left.
well, if we're gonna
We got
rest, I'll
2
just
left.
save mine for later if you guys are gonna give me one, because like,
Is-
I'm just like I'm fine. I didn't get hit too badly.
Yeah, Needle just says.
Okay, so there's no 3.
Needle just says we had a rest about 4 hours ago. We're almost there. Look, and he's pointing into the forest, following the trail.
Yeah, we're almost there. We could rest before we get there, so that way we're not tired when we get there, so we have the upper hand.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna take a rest now.
Yeah. That way I recover my disguise self spell.
All right. So it's
That, and you can use your hit die to heal.
it's noon. We're gonna rest at noon. And how long do you want to rest?
You know that's about an
Until-
hour, just so we can patch ourselves up.
Okay.
Take a bandage and wrap it around the ribs, so in case any cracked ribs.
All right.
At least
And-
make it look good.
And as you're resting, not Fizwick, I keep saying Fizwick. Needle, he starts mumbling, just talking about, he says, a long time ago, when the kobolds ran, when the kobolds controlled the valley, we had control of everything. And he said when the orcs came, though, they took over our home. and I'm wondering if Obsidian is trying to take our original territory back by attacking the kobolds' main camp.
That very well could be.
I want to go home and get my troops, but you guys want to go after Obsidian.
Well, your troops probably will not listen to you if Obsidian is the rightful ruler right now. We've got to defeat Obsidian before
You can take your place.
But he says
Wait.
If that is what he's trying to do, why don't you kill him and then do it instead and say it's your idea?
I didn't understand that. Say that again.
I just to Needles. Well, if that's what you think he's gonna do, why don't you just kill Obsidian and then go back and say that was your idea?
To take over our original homeland?
Yeah.
He goes, you know what? I think you're right. He goes, with this army, the army of a Furbolg, Tabaxi, Bugbear, and a Goblin, I think we could retake our homeland from the orcs after Obsidian takes over, if Obsidian takes it over. But yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. And everyone in the whole valley will know Needles Knife Hands is the real leader of the kobolds. Okay. So this is going to be a short rest, right?
Yeah.
How long of a rest do you guys want to take?
An hour.
An hour rest?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just enough to be able to use our
Okay.
to regain hit points that we possibly used.
So this is going to be the second short rest for this day. You have one more short rest for the day. Go ahead, roll your hit dice.
I just did. I shouldn't have drank that potion.
And the bugbear is full.
Because I rolled extremely well.
Oh, good. That's fine. Okay. All right, and
That's three.
in that hour short rest, James, did you want to make potions? Because if you do that, you don't get a rest.
He wasn't injured, so.
Well, no, what you're saying is I don't need do I want to recover my my disguise?
Well,
Or make another one.
you were talking about wanting to make a potion, and if you're making a potion, you're not resting. So if you're not resting because you're making a potion, you don't get your shape change back.
Okay, forget it. Then I'll just rest then.
All right. So do you get your shape change back from a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, its disguise self is not shape change. So I just look like A, but I don't become A.
That's from the Furbolg stat?
Yeah, yeah.
And they get it back from a short rest?
Yeah, short rest.
Let me just make sure. Page 106. Disguise self once you cast a spell. Can't cast it again. Straight into finish a short or long rest. Okay.
Short. I also get my wild shape back.
Get your what?
My wild shape. I can do it twice a day. And after a short rest, I get it back. So, well, if I get it back, then I get my disguise and my wild shape. So I'll be back up to 2.
The thing that activates the circle of spores, extra damage as well.
And then I think you also get one spell slot too, right?
Yes. Well, I haven't used the spell, so. If I had used a spell slot, I'd get it back.
Okay.
Haven't used it yet, so.
All right. Needle gets his spell slot back. His used magic missile. That's a level 1 spell, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Take a quick break. What time is it? I gotta feed the dogs.
9:24.
It's almost 9:30.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well then they can.
Running a little late.
Yeah, it's because I started late. Remember?
Oh, no
So
problem. No problem.
let me think.
So, okay. Go ahead and feed the dogs. They're probably wondering where you're at,
No, no.
especially with the daylight savings time.
What we're gonna do is kind of warp a little bit, so that next time we actually start writing the shit. So you guys do the rest, and you guys continue on to where the tracks lead, and the tracks they'll lead straight to the Orc Campsite, and you see that there's a bunch of um, lumber, broken down trees, and it looks like it was made for like instead of like fort walls, it's just piled
Mhm.
lumber circling around this place, and it is in the middle of the forest. It's still off in the distance. The coast is still off in the distance. It was kind of like near the middle of the valley, and
Okay.
but it's this is where it's like a hill. It's grasslands, but hilly with trees,
Mhm.
and what's it called? You can't really see inside of the orc camp, but there are
Okay.
flags of like animal skins that are dyed, showing the black bone signs, which is I mean the red bone signs of their flags. So they're it's basically
Okay.
dried skins flapping in the air with red dyes for bones, and you'll see like a crossbones or something like that, maybe a shape of a red skull. And these flags, they're weather beaten. The skins are weather beaten and ripped at parts, and you
Mhm.
do hear commotions way off from the distance, but all of this is in view. You're not at the site yet, but we're gonna stop the game where you actually made it there and you have gotten a full rest before you made it here, but you've caught up to the kobolds. Um,
Okay.
if there was a fight, the fight between the kobolds and the orcs are it's over, but there's still um how do you say? There's still orcs alive. Some are taken as prisoners because they're just
Mhm.
overwhelmed, and that's where we're gonna stop it for the night. So pretty much you guys caught up to the kobolds, and we're gonna stop it or continue on
Okay.
invading the orc camp.
Okay.
All right. Um.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Also, you do see, just for to add a little more detail, you'll see like carcasses hanging. Some are hanging to be cut, or some are rotted, for like food, that were just dried out and spoiled. So
Hmm.
you're figuring that like it smells pretty nasty over here, but you do see
Yeah.
off in the distance, you do see that there are meat hanging and stuff like that.
We tell what it was or who it
Okay.
was.
No, you just see skinned carcasses. You can't really tell what it was.
Well, I mean, you can tell if it's basically humanoid shape or animal shape.
A bit of both. Bit of both. So it's all kinds of stuff. Monsters,
Okay.
animals, you know. But we'll say you guys are like maybe about 300 feet away from them, or 300 meters away, and you're able to see all this from the top of another hill. So you're pretty much like scouting the area, almost like reconning the area. And as you got closer to the tracks, I highly doubt you want to stay along the tracks at this point because you know that you're close to the campsite, right?
Right,
Yeah.
would probably be found if we did.
Yeah, so you're off of the tracks and you're hidden, and now you guys are like low crawling on a hillside just so you can peek over and not get yourself skylined, and you're like blended in with the
Right.
rocks around you and stuff.
Put a branch and put it.
Okay. All right, you guys. So that's where we're gonna end it. If you guys want to talk a bit,
Okay.
if you guys want to talk.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we could.
Make some plans.
All right.
So.
I can basically figure out what spells to take.
What do you guys think so far of the story, the campaign?
So
It's fun.
far, so good. We just got to figure out how to stop this orb from hatching.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to make it where you guys get up to kind of like the main event. So go ahead and level up to level 4 also. Yeah, it's that time.
Great.
It's that time.
That's good. That's good.
I'm going to take a feat of maneuverability on this.
Which my wisdom
That's
goes from
level
18 to
40.
20.
And
Oh, basically, I'm taking
the maneuverability. I can.
And I'm saying, but I'm saying at 20 I get a bonus.
Level 20? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not level 20. At level 4, I can increase my wisdom from 18 to 20.
Yeah.
So you're taking the attribute instead of an ability.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
That
gives you a higher that gives you a higher
DC.
saving throw. Yeah, DC I meant.
Yeah, it's 15.
A plus one more. A plus one more.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my abilities. I'm gonna do the ability score improvement as well. I'm gonna go from.
And we hit 5th
go
level,
from-
it goes to 16.
I'm going from
the reason
wisdom.
why I'm.
Oh.
Okay, the reason why I'm taking maneuverability is because the speed I can go, I can disregard any hazardous terrain with
So
the feat of maneuverability.
so pretty much you could climb over the obstacle of logs that are all around the encampment.
If it's hazardous terrain, yes.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
But if it, so.
Are you still going after the drunken master style type thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And and I misplayed that disengage. It's supposed to be. I just reread it. That's why I wasn't paying too much attention to it. It's after I've taken Fury of Blows, I can take the disengage action. However, I use the key point as, I'd say, step of the wind and disengage.
Oh,
So wait,
okay.
Instead
level
of doing
4
Fury of Blows and disengage.
Is level
Same
4
thing,
just
different.
an ability score improvement, or is that
Feat.
ability score improvement, or just something else?
Feat or ability score?
Just that.
Feat
Oh,
or
we're
ability
on the
score?
feats. I need to look at all the feats.
And the ability
then, see
score, you
what's
can.
better.
Would you allow +1 to +1 for ability score improvement?
+1 and +1?
Yes, instead of taking +2 in a single score, you can do +1 and 2 in 2 different abilities.
+1 and +1.
I'm not doing it. I'm just asking.
Is that? I mean, is it in the handbook that you have to take?
I don't recall if it is or not.
I don't know. Let me.
I don't recall if you can or not. That's why I asked.
Let's look.
I thought it was.
Okay.
I know.
You get 2 points to put wherever you want.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I thought you get 2 points to whatever you want, and let's just make sure.
Yeah, I know it was a +2 to a single one, but I wasn't sure.
It's either +2 to 1 or +1 to 2.
170.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
What were you taking, guy?
The maneuverability or feat. I think that's what it's called. Proficient. In the player's handbook, one. It's one of the basic ones. Dual wielder, aspiring leader, king mind, lucky, polearm master, brilliant. No, agility. There's what. see. Alert, actor, charger, athlete. At least I thought it was in the player's handbook. Durability, grappler, spider. Slayer, moderate. Mobile, that's what it was. Exceptionally speedy and agile. You gain the following benefits. Your speed increases by 10. And when you use dash action, difficult terrain does not cost you extra movement on your turn. When you make a melee attack against a creature, you don't provoke opportunity attacks from that creature for the rest of the turn. Whether
damn,
whether
that'd be
you
nice.
hit or
That'd be
not.
nice. That's really nice.
And because my my character right now is obsessed with speed, that just adds 10 more to his speed. So his
Plus,
speed
being the
is now
Drunken
50
Master
instead of
means
40.
Yeah, the
the
Drunken
player's handbook.
Master, the way you play is every time you smack him, you go back. So being able to not proc the opportunity attack would be nice.
Yeah.
I wonder what I should go for. Because is it better to just like pad out your stats so you have just all even numbers,
It
or
depends on what is your character's ultimate goal?
Okay. So, guy.
What do you want your character? Yes, sir.
So right here it says when you reach 4th level and again at 8th, 12th, 16th, and 19th, you can increase one ability score of your choice by 2,
Okay.
or you can increase 2 ability scores of your choice by 1. So you get either or.
There you go. Okay. So I said I wasn't going to do that. I was just wondering.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I did not remember.
Yeah, it's
So
like, it's just a ability score improvement on each class. So each one might say something a little bit different.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure it's the same across the board.
I think it is. I think it is.
Okay.
finesse?
That's great.
So
that's what I'm going to do my next level, next at 8th level.
all right. So right now we have two NPCs in the group, which is a whole lot better than having 12 like in Out of the Abyss.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's it called?
And even then, 2 was a little bit too many.
Oh yeah, it was a lot. But I think also the way it played out was having the Chester, the Centaur, and Air Racer like disband, and then now you got 2 new ones. So it's not just having the same NPCs. It's like you're actually meeting humanoids.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's great. So, so so far you're doing great on this, and I'm enjoying it. It's not all hack and slash like I like to do. I personally like hack and slash.
Well, hack and slash is good too, but I'm saying as long as I can get to make stuff too.
Well, yeah. Just remember, when you're making stuff, you're not resting.
Right.
When you're resting, you're not making stuff. That's just the way it works.
I figure when we get time, I can make some stuff.
So, right now, if we have downtime,
you can make stuff. Yeah.
Because but if we're out like we are now, and you decide, oh, I'm going to make a potion overnight, you're busy making a potion, and you're not going to get your spell slots back the next day.
Yeah. So like if you're in town,
you're not resting.
Yeah, if you're in town or if you're at a clan establishment or something like that and you're relaxing, kind of like
we're
when
there for a couple of days, that's the problem.
Yeah, like kind of like when you made the stink bombs. You made the stink bombs, but you didn't get a rest. But you didn't need to rest because you didn't really use any spell slots when you made the stink bombs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely want to make some more.
Well,
well,
you can't. You tried, and then
it was a combination of you and the witch doctor.
Yeah.
Or their shaman.
But I'll look more into things that you can make, because there's stuff in excuse me, in the DM's handbook. Um,
Mhm.
but it also depends on what your character can do. Like, I don't know what a circle of spores can actually do. I don't know if you said there's some
Well,
alchemy. Is
I
that
took the background sage.
sage? What is a sage?
That's
I thought a sage was like a recorder of events.
um, I thought it was a plant that grew out in the desert.
It
Uh,
is.
or
You,
in the
You
you
jungle.
roll
burn
it on
it?
fork, or you use it to cook
Yeah.
fork with.
Let me see backgrounds.
Well, I really
121.
didn't sage that much personally, but
I'm pretty sure a sage is like a chronicler.
What I'm saying is they also have history. What I'm saying is it's possible that it could have been written down. They deal with written stuff.
Sage,
You
you
know?
spent years learning lore of the multiverse. You scoured manuscripts, studied scrolls, and listened to the greatest experts on the subject that interests you. Your efforts have made you a master in your field of study. Yeah, that's what I thought. Um, Specialty alchemist. Okay, determine the nature of your scholarly training. Roll a d8 and choose from the options the table lists below. Alchemist. And let me see what they say about alchemy in here and the player's handbook. I mean, we could look right now while it's like this is downtime.
Yeah,
Okay. That way we're all learning.
yeah,
Okay, there's
that's a good thing.
nothing in here about alchemy. Let me look in the DM's guide. That's the monster's handbook. Follows. Okay. Alright. Alchemy. Maybe and back.
I'm not sure where it's at. Yes, I know I'm frozen.
There's a feat called Charger. Oh, this works so well for me for no reason at all.
Well, if you wanted to be a knight, it'd be perfect. Or if you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
Just the way I play. It's funny.
Yeah, or what's that one? Champion? I think champion is a
champion knight,
is a
basically
good
fighter.
yeah.
Anything that fights from horseback.
Hmm. Alchemy. I don't see anything in the DM guide either. Let's look.
Unfortunately,
I'm
we're
not sure
discovering
where it
more
would be
about the
found.
monkeys that wrote the book.
Well, I mean, like even in second edition, there was specifications for all that because there were so many resources that they had books for information or like little things, which was interesting.
Right.
I mean, a lot of it was like a waste of
Well, the
money,
only thing
but
I can find out is the Alchemist supplies and Alchemist fire.
let me look in Xanther's guide to everything.
Sounds good to me.
That's
Also, the other thing I have to pick
But
up
that
pick
beholder
some
doesn't know
spells.
what he's talking about. That beholder doesn't know what he's talking about.
well,
That's not new.
well, I want to be able to like, so at fourth level now, I would imagine that you can make some stuff that's going to be interesting. But I want to know what you can actually make.
So do I.
It doesn't have.
maybe alchemy is under crafting. I would say I could try looking at
We
that.
hope, we hope, we hope.
I just see crafting magic, a magic item.
Yeah. Minor alchemy.
Oh man.
Last sheet in the player's handbook, minor alchemy.
Well, I do pick up a cantrip.
Starting at second level, you select the school. You can affect the physical properties of one non-magical item, changing it from one to another.
Let me see.
Iron, copper, silver, transforming a different one of these materials. For every 10 minutes you spend performing the procedure, you can transform 1 cubic foot of material.
I found a way to technically be able to just duel anything that I see.
Ooh, yeah.
Compelled duel.
Oh, that is a neat one.
Yeah,
I've used that.
I've got 4 first
As long as
spells.
nobody else.
Nobody
As long as
As
none
long
of
as-
you
It's
attack the thing that I'm dueling, we'll be fine.
Correct.
Right. However, the thing on this is that we can buff you as much as we want. If let's say you attack these two ogres, one
What
of
are you
these
doing,
ogres
Riddick?
by yourself,
Go lay down.
we
Sorry.
could it hits you. We can do a cast cure wounds on you in the middle of battle, and he's still only you. And as long as we can buff you, cast whatever you want on you, as long as we don't attack him. Now, what I'm thinking of is that since I have the mobile feat now, and somebody is attacking me, and I move away in hazardous terrain, or let's say you cast something that makes it hazardous terrain. There are spells that do that. Or difficult terrain, not hazardous, difficult terrain.
Spike growth?
Right. I can move away, no problem, and this guy here is going to be stumbling through the difficult terrain. Because you're not casting it on him directly. You're casting it on the ground around us. Now, don't use that what's that, area of thorns, whatever it is, because I would still be affected because I'm moving through the area of thorns. Because that is not just difficult terrain. That's the hazardous terrain. That causes damage when you move through it. Whoop. I better plug my phone in. It's telling me I've got a low battery.
Make 2 pictures.
So, yeah, I haven't found anything except that one little thing on the player's handbook for alchemy. But for every 10 minutes, you can change 1 cubic foot of material into 1 cubic foot of silver. Heck, you're rich right there. Just do that for several days in a row. Even if raw silver goes for what? Maybe 2 or 3 gold pieces for that amount of silver.
Well, it depends on if you're fighting were creatures and you need silver to attack them.
Yeah, that too. But it's going to take 10 minutes to do it. Okay, if you concentrate on your You need 10 minutes though. But you're in the middle of battle. You're not going to have 10 minutes to concentrate.
No.
All right. I found something called Alchemist Tools, and it looks like,
Yeah.
looking at discussions online, people are talking about making basically magical potions like giant strength, or there's a list. Let me see. Dust of sneezing and choking,
That one's always good.
oil of slipperiness.
Right. But you would need something. Yeah.
They're saying that they don't really find
Alchemist
things in the
fire.
player's handbook, so they're just basically doing their own thing, but they're looking at magical items that are in the book that are sold at stores. So they're saying if you want to be an alchemist and create something,
Right.
it should be 1 work day to create 1 potion. And it would let me see. But the argument is
That's
huh? Yeah,
nothing. That's just that's a website I belong to that they call themselves the Hive Mind.
yeah. But the argument with it is that if they can make potions off of magical spells to make a magical potion, then technically they can make a potion from any spell at any level. And but the thing is, what constitutes to making that happen? Whereas in a wizard practices a spell making scrolls, and it takes a lot of effort, right? But to make a potion, just to say like you grab resources and then you make this potion, that would be kind of like too easy. So what can actually be made that can be sold, that's easily obtainable, I guess, without being stupid overpowered?
I would think that,
Well, the sneezing and choking
I
is
think
good.
like a potion of healing would have to probably have a cleric blessing for it.
Well, it depends on what level, because there's four different levels. You've got the basic one.
Yeah, that's the argument. What level potions can you make? Because
I
if
just do a minor version of
Well,
that.
basically, like that it could be anything from like 1/4 of your level.
Yeah.
So at 4th level, you can make
I
level
do
1 potions. At level 8, you can make level 2 potions. Level 12, you can make level 3 potions.
well, the issue is how many can you make? So let's say you hold on. Let's say you spend 2 weeks making potions. So next thing you know, you have a high level spell, but you make 14 of those potions in the span of 2 weeks. So then it becomes like a quantity issue, whereas in you have all these potions because you spent so much time. It's just like, I'm gonna spend all these days making potions.
Well, what it says is like basically if the base is 15, my roll says base 15. If I roll a 16, I make an extra potion. Either for every point above 15, I make a potion, or every 2 points above 15, I make a potion.
Yeah, that's fine, but the thing is, what potion, and what kind of power does that potion have?
Well, basically,
My personal opinion on the whole potions thing. My personal position on the potion thing is.
I say what level a spell the transfers is. Like, for instance, if it's a level 1 healing potion, and I'm a level 1 healer, I mean level 1, I can make level 1 potion. At 8th level, I can either make level 2 healing or more level 1 healing.
Yeah, yeah, but also the factor of quantity. So like, let's say you will say you just straight up say, I want to spend a month making greater potions of healing, or like level 2 potions of healing. So you spend a month making level 2 potions of healing. Next thing you know, you have 30 healing potions of level 2 healing. So
well, basically, you'd have to start with the materials. Well, can I get the materials to make the potion? It's not just
my personal. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
My personal solution to like all of these of having like a potions would just be to implement some sort of potion sickness. You could have
addiction,
like 2 to 3 levels of potion sickness. Like if you take a potion, it works like a normal potion, but if you take another potion within a short rest, it has a counter effect. Like you can get a disadvantage, or instead of it, you get half healing or something like that. And then like a third level, just do the opposite effect of what it's supposed to do.
That's what happens with my blue cobalt. You don't want to run into my blue cobalt.
Is there let's see, potion of there's one in here for potion of fire breath. Is that even in the player's handbook?
That would be
No.
like a dragon's breath potion.
I'll be right back.
You'd need the dragon blood or something like that to make it.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the appropriate dragon. Well, that's the whole point. Is getting the materials.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What would
dragon
you
breath
need to
is
make
a second level spell.
yeah, that's what the argument is. Like, they're making potions of actual spells when
Um,
you have
here's-
scrolls for that, and it takes time to make a scroll, and it's not like you can make 30 scrolls. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Here's what I
Well,
would think.
basically, I think the difference is that
Here's what I would think. Is that
I would say the potion anybody can use it versus a scroll. You'd have to be a magic user to use it.
right? Right. That's the potion. But what I'm thinking of is okay. You can
Oh,
make a level 1 spell, a potion, in one day with a 50-50 chance of it failing.
Oh,
A level 2 spell take 1 week to make with a 50-50 chance of a level 3 would take 1 month to
okay.
to work with a 50-50 chance of it failing. So yes, you can do one a day, but and you can reduce that chance. Okay, instead of being 50%,
jeez.
you take 2 days to make it. You reduce it down to okay. There's a 25% chance of it failing. If you want
So
to
if you
take
take 4
days
four
to
days,
make it,
it'd be 0.
yeah, you can go. Well, 3 days. It's 50-50, 25, and then 0. Well, even then, you can probably maybe a 5% chance in there. Something real low. You roll a d20, and if you roll a 1 and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I kind of like that
That's
thought
a
because
5%.
like when you're making weapons and armor, it's just be taking a long time. You know, not like you can make a sword a day.
Right.
Well, if you've got
Yeah.
well, if you've got was it what the heck was it what's the domain of the forge you can.
If you what?
Your domain of the forge, you can make 100 gold piece items a day. Versus an
Yeah,
hour.
and a sword costs 200 and some odd gold pieces.
No.
Anyway,
does not cost
I'm back.
100 gold pieces.
Welcome back.
Great sword, yes, but if you're talking like a long sword or something like that, it's only 50.
Anyway, I was thinking about the potions
Chain
thing
is
while
only
we're gone.
50.
Uh-huh.
For us, it doesn't really matter because of the pacing that this is going at so far. We don't have time to do like mass production of potions in that way.
Right.
Yet.
So like I said, well, yeah, but I'm saying on average it'd be.
Yeah, we've got to find
Well, if we could
if
produce
we have
one.
some place to lay low for. Yeah,
Yeah.
if we have some place to lay low for a couple of days, and you have the
part.
eye of newt and the tongue, or the leg of snake and the
Yeah.
tongue of,
So yeah, I want to be
Yeah.
able.
the egg of a rooster to do it.
I want to be able to find something reasonable that Beastmaster can make, especially being at 4th level now.
Right. Right.
Uh,
But as you said, the spell, yeah, one a day with a 50-50 chance of it failing, I don't think is too unreasonable.
yeah, but I mean, what potions? What kind of potions? that
Well,
sounds
anything
good
equal
for the crafting. That sounds great.
Something-
But what
right,
type?
something equal to a first level spell. A potion that would be equal to a first level spell.
Like healing.
Let's say a potion of healing. That's a cure light wounds. That's pretty close to cure light wounds.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but cure. So that would be a first level spell.
Yeah, potion of climbing is like spider climb.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what spell level is that?
And
What is better climb first?
Ooh, they have a potion of flying. That's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah, because flying is a spell.
Well, I would say at this point in time, something we don't have to worry about yet.
No, it is something to worry about now because
Okay, for later.
you're wanting to be an alchemist, druid, because that's essentially what you're trying to say throughout the game. Like, I want to make this, I want to make that, while
Well,
we're
the
playing.
question is, well, I mean, basically we'd have to, as they say, create the matrix. Is it one level for every two, one level for every three, or one level for every four?
Okay, that kind of a matrix. I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like the movie The Matrix.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. That's it. We'll make the movie The Matrix.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Um,
go off of that list that I see right there, and the potions that are in here, and compare it with what spells are castable that you can cast. All right, and then I'll figure out either a max load you can carry of potions, or maybe have an expiration
Catalog.
date on the
Well,
potions.
that's what they are. Because the basic ones I can
Two.
make right now
That would be
have
good.
a 1 day.
What was that?
Oh, the healing ones I can make right now have 1 day.
Okay.
It,
Got
it does. It's
Right.
2d4. No, 1d6 plus 4.
There you go.
It's only 1 day.
There you go. What I was just thinking, yeah, what you just said there is also a good idea. Is the expiration? You can keep these healing potions for 1 week, and they go bad or something like that, or however long.
Well, pickup items I would say would be indefinite, but when it comes to crafting your own magical potions, give those an expiration date, I guess. That way you're not stocking up and then you have like.
Right, because he's doing with alchemy versus magic.
Okay, got it. Yeah. So a druid is not exactly magical. It's
Now,
spiritual,
if he can
Natural.
get a, yeah, and if he
natural.
can get let's say he makes a potion of healing, and he gets a cleric to cast a cure light wounds on it, therefore making it magical.
Okay.
He's got himself a healing potion, a potion of healing.
Same thing with like a wizard
You'd
for
have, yeah,
wizard
you'd have
spell.
for a potion of spider climb or potion of climbing. You'd have to get that the spider climb or whatever it was that the potion of. You'd have to cast that spell into the potion to get it to work,
Okay. So,
or to keep it good for however long you want to keep it.
all right. So then this is what I'm gonna do. For James, um, I'm gonna make a list of spells for what's his name? Needle, to help you make those potions.
Yeah.
Since you're the druid and then he's a wizard, I want to make it where you guys can make stuff. How's that?
Okay. What about the choking? Was it and copying?
Ooh.
The who?
The choking and copying one?
Oh, we'll see what that is. I don't even know what level that. It's.
I'm saying it sounds like a ninja. One of the ninjas. It's not magic. It's not magic. It's basically put in like
stinking
like,
cloud.
ash. Well, it's more like ash and pepper and stuff that makes the opponent cough.
Right.
What does your spores do?
Well, that's
poison. Well, it depends. The basic spores are necrotic, and if I hit somebody, they're poisoned.
Go.
Right, but what I'm looking at is something what you're saying is to make it magical would be like for a stinking cloud.
Yeah. And that's what, a third level?
Looks like it would work the same cloud. I'm trying to look it up right now and I don't find it
I've got
offhand.
the book.
I'm still looking.
Is it a wizard?
Yes.
Stinking cloud, one action, range 90 feet. Components of herbal, somatic, and material: a rotten egg or several skunk cabbage leaves. Duration. It's a third level conjuration spell.
Okay. And that's concentration or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But with a potion or with something that you can throw, that would be non-concentration. And it would last for X number of turns, or until a breeze takes it away.
How far can you throw it? Because I doubt you'd be able to throw it 90 feet.
Probably 30 feet.
Well, it creates the spell creates a 20-foot radius a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
So you can probably throw it at least further than 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
At least 30, figure.
Yeah, unless you want to be in it yourself.
No.
Each creature that is completely within the cloud at the start of its turn must make a Constitution saving against poison. On a failed save, the creature spends its action turn wrenching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe are immune to it automatically. So Warforged, Golems, things like that, or other stuff. Now, you know what this might be good for also? Is a shark repellent.
In the water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how they breathe.
making a form of shark repellent with this. But we're nowhere near water, and there's no sharks.
Oh, you're surrounded by
Unless
water.
somehow a bull shark got. Yeah,
The
depends
sharks.
on how far you want to go, though, too.
Yeah.
Well, also, if you want to go,
Now, unless you get my flying shark,
or land
land
shark.
shark, those are called bullets. I've got flying sharks.
Okay, so potions, we'll figure out an expiration date. We'll figure out. Okay, so what's it called? Naturally infused potions will have an expiration date. Magically infused potions will be permanent, but have that chance of spell failure. No, well, we'll figure it out. But the thing is that
Well, that's spell failure would, the failure would come in the actual potion making.
okay, in the making. All right. And right now at 4th level, Needle gets 2nd level spells. So I'll see what he can work with on that. And
Ooh.
but it would be like you and Needle
Okay.
would be not resting but crafting. So if Needle needs to get spell slots and he's crafting, he won't get those spell slots back.
Right. That's one of the. Yeah, that's one of the.
Yeah, and you won't.
Oh well.
And you won't get your spore back or your shapeshifting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as I said, there's a plus side and then there's a downside.
What if you guys put your key inside of a potion? No, never mind. How would you do that?
How that would work. I don't know how that would work. You know, that would be interesting. You'd make up a potion of key, you can drink it, and you get so many key points back. Or or get an extra amount, but you have to expend them and basically put them in the bank to do that. It's an idea. So yeah, you get you drink it. They put in let's say a key point, and you get the key point back later on with the potion, or the next day if you need it. Put in 5 key points. If you're 5th level, you can put in all 5 key points. Save it for the next day if needed. Okay, sounds like an interesting idea.
And with scrolls, is it only magic users can read scrolls?
Well, but
I think so, yeah.
Clerics can. It depends on what it is. I mean, there's clerical scrolls.
Yeah. Well, if you find a clerical scroll, it's supposed to be only clerics supposed to be able to read it, and so on and so forth.
Magic users magic spells, scrolls. Clerics read
wizards
scrolls.
can find wizard spells. Wizards with wizard spells, unless it can be used by another class, etc., etc. Now, the way I do it is that anybody can use the scroll. In my world, anybody can use a scroll. It's written saying, okay, Alakazam, fireball type deal. Anybody can do that. but there's always a 5% chance of it blowing up in their face. So you say, okay, Alakazam Fireball, and roll a 1, it's going to go off
On you.
right there. Yes. And and if you want to, a wizard wants to make a scroll, or a cleric wants to make a scroll, he has to use 50 gold pieces per level of spell and 1 hour making the scroll and the spell slot. So if he wants to, let's say, I'm looking here at this, spiritual weapon, 2nd level spell. So he's got to spend 100 gold pieces and 2 hours writing it.
And cast the spell.
And use that 2nd level spell slot. That is the reason why anybody can use it, is because the spell has already been cast.
Okay.
You're just saying the key word to do it. But that's up to you how you want to do it. So that's just
I have a question. I'm looking at these feats, and there's a couple of them that are like initiate feats. Can you use those on anybody?
Let me see.
Like fighting initiate, artificer initiate,
right.
magic initiate.
Right. If you want to take magic, like magic initiate, yes, you can take that. Or at least I'm not gonna. That's up to Daniel. But if you take that, you automatically get that 1st level spell, and I believe it's a cantrip or 2 cantrips.
Let me see
Two
this.
Depends on which
Or
one.
magic initiate.
Magic initiate.
I
You
think
learn
it's 2 cantrips.
There's handbook.
in addition 1.
No, there's a 1st level spell in there.
Yeah,
This is
choose
first
one.
Once a day.
Yeah,
You can do a first
choose
level
one 1st level spell from that same list. You learn that spell and can cast it at its lowest level. Once you cast it, you must finish a long rest before you cast it again. Your spellcasting ability for these spells depends on the class you choose from. Charisma for Bard, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wisdom for Cleric or Druid, Intelligence for Wizard. So you're thinking of taking a Magic Initiate as a monk? Or just an idea?
No, I was thinking about taking fight initiate. Maybe.
Oh, let me see.
So it's just because I created one character that had magic initiate, and he took Burning Hands as a spell.
I mean,
I
I would.
there's a possibility that I could take the magic initiate, and then I could take the long strider as one of my mechanics and make you go even faster.
You're going after ranger spells?
No.
No, just
Long
just
strider,
making
first
a
level
joke.
spell?
I could just
No, it's a
no, it's a
cantrip.
cantrip. Yeah, I can just touch you and make you go 10 feet faster.
Well, there was
There
that.
you go.
Cause I was looking at something else. There was another spell. There's long strider and was it sprint? Or what's this?
Speed.
Speed? And it like
Speed. Yeah.
I did that once with
Double.
I think it was Happy. I cast it on somebody and it was stupid fast.
Mhm. Yeah, it does get stupid fast.
Long
Because imagine doing it
strider
on racer,
and
it's double the speed.
I don't remember. It was a weird combination, but then because I remember one was a concentration spell and one was not, so he was able to move fast as hell and
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Long strider is a first level spell.
It was. I remember vaguely. Yeah. But yeah. He's gone.
Yeah, long shot. Yeah.
Type deal.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
I was thinking of
Speedy Gonzalez.
I think it was
Yeah, I was thinking of
Long
possibly
Strider
taking-
and Jump together, was it? Let me see. 'Cause I remember there was a weird combination I found. One was a concentration and one was not. So I just want to see something real quick. It was a weird combination that was pretty stupid.
Maybe it was.
Jump is Yeah, jump is a duration of 1 minute, and long strider is the concentration, I believe. No, 1 hour. Okay, so that's what I did. I'm pretty sure. You touch creature, its speed increases by 10 feet until the spell ends, and then jump. You touch a creature, the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. And it was stupid. I remember that. But there was something else. There was another spell. It was a concentration spell. 'Cause I
Yeah.
did. Let me see. What else was it? It was some weird ass combination that I did.
Can you cast your concentration?
Haste. Is that haste?
Was it haste?
That's instead of speed. I think they call it haste now. I think they call it haste now instead of speed.
Let me see. Bard spells. Okay, long strider.
Haste is
Haste.
choose a willing creature you see within
Concentration, 1 minute.
range. Until the spell ends, the target speed is doubled.
Okay.
Yeah.
To gain +2 AC,
Thank
gain advantage on dex saving throws. An additional action. Holy shit, that spell is kind of nuts.
Yeah, because I did that to Ryan. I did that to Ryan, and his character went berserk. He was all over the place. I just did it once. I remember that, and then I switched my spells up.
Wait, so wait.
It was like it was a combination of 3 spells. I had to spend 3 rounds on it, and I couldn't do anything for those 3 rounds until all those spells were cast. 'Cause I was a bard, and I had some weird school of magic. Like it was forgot what it was, but it was a stupid combination that allowed Ryan. He was a fighter. He did some weird ass shit. Like he was jumping, running, attacking multiple targets, and breaking away like crazy. I don't remember.
Wait, so guy, what is your movement speed right now?
50.
50, 60.
Now hold on a minute.
Wait, hold on.
Movement speed is double.
Cat, key, dash.
Yeah. Feline, which adds another one on top of that.
Hold on. Yeah, I said cat first, so.
Yeah. So speed is 50. Cat is make that 100. The cat's another 100, and the key is another 100. That's the speed.
960.
Right
960.
960. And then dash.
No, all that. I did all the calculations. 960.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to try and hit somebody? Okay. I'm traveling at about 60 miles an hour. Try and hit me. Or even something traveling at 20 miles an hour. Trying
No,
to
you
hit
become
that
a bullet.
arrow. Pretty much. And that's why I took the mobility feat, because if I run into difficult terrain or something like that, it's not going to slow me down. I'm less likely to trip on something. So, hey, dang, why is that? I should make myself a warlock. Sorcerer, maybe. That's still a 3rd level spell, but still.
Okay. Just an idea. A monk with magic initiate bard, and the cantrips be vicious mockery. Whatever else, because you get 2 cantrips. So vicious mockery and having long strider. Or
1st level.
yeah. Or vicious mockery and having Bane.
So I did the.
I remember that. I was doing vicious mockery and Bane together. That's right.
So I just did
So a round is 6 seconds, right? For
Yeah.
a turn, like a turn is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So doing the calculations, a movement speed of 960 is nearly 2 miles a minute.
Yeah, that's about 2 miles a minute. That's 120 miles an hour.
It's 110 miles an hour, yeah.
What does Bane do? I forgot. Up to three
Bane, let me
creatures
see.
you can see within range make a charisma saving throw, and they roll a 1d4 and subtract that number from their attack roll or saving throw. So, Bane with Vicious Mockery, and Vicious Mockery, that gave them, I forgot.
Disadvantage on saving throw versus the Bane. The Bane gives them a disadvantage on all attacks.
No, it gives them a minus
saving,
d4. It's a
wisdom
minus
saving
d4.
throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Right. So he's got the -4. Right.
So
he's got the Bane, which is -4 on saving throws, and then Vicious Mockery. So he's got -4 on his Vicious Mockery saves.
and the Bane is a concentration, so it's 1 minute. So being a monk, casting both Vicious Mockery and then Bane and then doing your attacks,
Well,
that would be some shit. But it would take
Well,
3
long
rounds
story-
until you can actually attack, and assuming that they fail their saves.
Right.
But what is your wisdom? Your wisdom has to be so high that your DC would be very high.
Oh, yeah, my wisdom's like 19.
my
So-
wisdom is +2.
So your wisdom, your DC would be what? 16? They would have to roll a 16 for a saving throw.
No, not that high. That's 12. Well,
Something like that, I don't know.
proficiency 14.
Well, my wisdom,
10
I'm actually just
isn't it
going
10
to
plus-
go with Chef.
Isn't it 10 plus your proficiency plus your spell bonus or
Plus
whatever
your,
it is?
your
Wisdom.
wisdom plus his proficiency plus 8. I wish it were 10.
Now Longstrider is not only just a ranger spell
It's Bard.
or bard. It's ranger, warlock, druid.
Mhm.
Let's see what else. Instead of wizard, no, not warlock. It's wizard. So you can use any of those actually as a magic initiate.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe next on level 8 I can go with that magic initiate
Magic Initiate Monk.
for level 8.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
level
Oh,
8
I
is
never
probably
found.
not gonna
I never found where Fighter's Initiate was because I want to see what that is. What book is that in? Xanther's Guide?
Tasha's Cauldron.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
have
right.
that. So let me look it up then. Let me look up Fighter's Initiate.
Probably.
You just basically
What is that good for?
choose a fighting style from the fighter class.
Ooh. It can say monk, dual weapon fighting. That would be kind of wild. Kensei allows you to use take a weapon and make it your monk's weapon.
I can't say it's so
Basically.
good.
Well,
It's any weapon. You can use a like a stick if you wanted to. It's just it's your weapon. It's the weapon that you choose to use.
And it says whenever you reach a level that grants the ability score feature, you can replace the feat's fighting style with another one from a class that you don't have. You can have multiple fighting styles. But let me see what the fighting styles are. There's
The one I was looking at mostly was unarmed fighting, just for an extra D6 on all of my unarmed attacks. So Fury of Blows, each one has an extra D6 to it.
does it say extra d6 or is a d6? Instead of a D4, it becomes a D6.
It does make a
Because
big
right now,
difference.
unarmed fighting is only a D4.
Well, it depends on what level. As you go up, it does increase.
Well, for monk, yes, but that's not until 5th level. D6.
Your unarmed strikes can deal bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your strength modifier on a hit.
Okay. Right now, well, it goes up to 1d6 at 5th level. Right now, anyway.
All right, so it doesn't actually just add the extra d6 damage then.
No. What happens
Damn,
is, let's
that would be so nice.
say if James wants to take that unarmed fighting, he would get the D6 instead of
I could
his
just take
1 point, whatever
defense.
it is.
You could just take a defense because +1 AC, nothing
Yeah.
to sneeze at. But I think I'm actually just gonna go with Chef.
Chef, he can cook our meals. Like Happy
Increase your
did.
Constitution or Wisdom score by 1.
Oh,
So I'll get my Wisdom +1, and then I'll be able to cook.
wait, instead of taking was it Gourmand? Take Gourmand because that allows you to detect poisonous foods and you can cook whatever you want out of anything you want pretty much. I don't know what Chef is, but with Gourmand, you're able to detect poisonous foods or infections in foods and make your own
I wasn't
food.
looking at Gourmand because it's an Unearthed Arcana. I'm not sure if you're like.
Yeah, I remember
going with
that.
Unearthed
I was using that because they let me use that, so I put that on my bard, and it was stupid because
There you go.
well, remember I was making like
Oh, it was fun.
pickled
You're
fire
making
giant
everything.
tongue and stupid shit.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't cook the
Yeah,
fire
you
giant
were.
tongue because it was fire, so we pickled it. I grabbed dragon parts and made things. I mean that I would
Yeah.
allow. That gourmand I would definitely allow. But other ones that are like very experimental in the
Now,
Enothercrana, a lot of those are iffy.
well, the chef.
Chef is kind of the
chef one.
same thing, except it gives 1 less hit dice on rest, but it gives you temporary hit points.
Now, what I was thinking
Where
of
is that in?
Gourmand is more.
Tasha's Cauldron.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking Gourmand is mostly for eating. I would believe instead of making stuff. Come as a second sight. You would be able to. You're more into the high class food type stuff,
Oh, I
like
see.
a James Beard type person.
Let me look
And
it
chef,
up.
the chef would be your Guy Fieri or something like that. So that's what I imagine was the difference between the gourmand and the chef. You get those two together,
Well,
and you've got the
it says you have mastered a variety of special recipes, allowing you to prepare exotic dishes with useful effects. So it's probably both cook and a eater. You gain proficiency with cook's utensils. If you are already proficient with them, you add double your proficiency bonus checks you make with them. As an action, you can inspect a drink, plate of food within 5 feet of you and determine whether it's poisoned, provided that you can see it and smell it. During a long rest, you can prepare and serve a meal that helps you and your allies recover from rigors of adventuring, provided you have suitable food, cook's utensils, and other supplies at hand. The meals serve up to 6 people, and each person who eats it regains 2 additional hit dice at the end of a long rest. In addition, those who partake of the meal have advantage on Constitution saving throws against disease for the next 24 hours. Wow. That's what I had.
This is the chef one. That's the gourmand one?
That's gourmand. Yeah. What is chef? Let me look at chef.
Chef, I think you said you can increase your wisdom by 1 or something like that.
Increase your Constitution or Wisdom by 1 up to a maximum of 20. Gain proficiency with cooking tools if you don't already have it. As a part of a short rest, you can cook special food, provided you have the ingredients and cooking utensils on hand. You can prepare enough of this food for a number of creatures equal to 4 plus your proficiency bonus. At the end of a short rest, any creature who eats this food
It's the same
and spends
thing.
one or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8 hit points. With 1 hour of work when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use the bonus action to eat one of these treats and gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So they're like health potions, except it's overhealing.
Oh no, it's health potions during a rest.
It sounds like they took your gourmand from on Earth and made it chef and just changed it a little bit.
Yeah. So
No, it's like
you eat the food and
during the rest, like you can use 1 hour of work during when you finish a long rest.
at the
So
end of
it's
the
the one
short
below
rest.
it.
Yeah,
But
at,
you're
the
not
one above.
resting when you're doing it. You're cooking.
at the end of the short
Yeah,
rest, you're any creature who eats
This isn't
the
part of
food
the short rest.
within 1 hour when you finish the long rest.
That's up there.
Oh, it's the bottom
That one.
one, the very bottom one.
You can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of these treats and gain a temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus.
Oh, so that's like plus
So it's
3.
like an overhealing kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, plus 3 or something like that. It lasts for 8 hours.
It sounds a lot like they took your the gourmand one, reskinned it, and called it chef.
Well, no, gourmand is a little bit different. They can detect poison and stuff like that. And it can be used from anything.
Listen, they just
The chef.
reskinned it. They did some changes. They made
Did
it
this
you
come
put
out?
gourmand
Did this come out before or after?
Chef is Tasha's
gourmand
is new. Chef is new. Gourmand is
right,
a few
but
years
gourmand
old.
yeah, but that was also still an on-Earth Arcana.
Yeah.
It wasn't a official feat. So they took the. It's like the Furbog. They had that in on-Earth Arcana first, also. For certain Circle of Spores, same idea. They took that out of our on-Earth Arcana, redid it a little bit, and put it in one of the books. Here they just took gourmand and renamed it chef because people are asking, "What's a gourmand?"
That was me.
I'd imagine.
I was like, I don't know what Unearthed Arcana is. That was me.
Yeah.
All right.
Gerbil.
I'm gonna go, you guys. Have
Okay.
fun leveling up your characters. Whatever combination you decide to do, go for it. If you want to take a ability score or a feat.
I took the ability score.
Okay. Yeah. So, going back to can you put 2 points on? Oh, put 1 point on 2 different abilities. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Either 1 point into
No
2
problem.
abilities or 2 points into 1 ability.
So now that you're at
Okay.
4th level and you pass 3rd level, you have to roll your hit points. What you get is what you get.
Right. And I have been.
All right.
Actually, what I'm going to
What
have
is my
to.
hit die?
I can't take half.
Or no, you know what? You could take half, but if you roll, what you roll is what you get. So you can't be like, oh, I rolled a 1, I'm gonna take half. Happy rolled a 1 like 3 times. It was
Yeah.
like, it was
So are we running to full
terrible.
health then, since we're leveling up, or no?
Yeah, because you leveled up, so everybody's going to be at full health, and you get your spell slots and everything.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, Happy, I literally rolled a 1 3 times on his level. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I hate doing that.
Plus your constitution.
I got a solid 5. Solid 5.
No.
Yeah. Well, I had good
5
constitution with Happy. I made sure